What's up? This is your host, Non-Fungible TC, Non-Fungible today and Non-Fungible tomorrow. And I think you've noticed something different with today's stream. I have finally bought a webcam and I wanted to, I always think I was missing a personal touch when I was doing my stream because I was just using my voice. So right now I decided to get a webcam so I could, kind of interact with you guys. And hopefully it kind of, builds a personal rapport and stuff like that. And to start off today, I am super happy because if you look at OpenSea, the top collections over the last 24 hours, and wow, it was a wild ride for the Regulars project. So this is the Regulars project, and this is so emotional for me because I was there, very early on with the Regulars project, and Pops has been a very early supporter of the channel. He's actually the second person who came to my channel to share about the Regulars project. And back then, when he came to my channel, it was back in November the 25th, 2021. And this is like around 6 months ago, like half a year ago. And then they were trying to mint the Regulars project. And unfortunately, they didn't mint out. They didn't mint out at all. It took them a long time. The floor price was sitting at, around the mint price or even went down. So they were minting at 0.05, didn't mint out, and then after a while they decided to, hey, we're gonna give like a free mint and stuff like that. But recently, wow, Regulars just caught fire. Right now the floor price is 0.5, so that is around a 20 or 30x since the mint price earlier on. And you have huge crypto people like Kobe changing his profile picture. You have Nicole, who is very dominant in the crypto NFT space, who hosts a lot of Twitter spaces. Changing the profile picture, buying the Regulars, just sharing organically about the project, which is so exciting to see because I don't think the team paid any of these crypto punks, Bored Yacht Club people to share the project, right? All of this is organic, and the really important thing and what makes me so emotional is that this project, Pops did not give up, right? It was a slow mint, it didn't mint it out. He did not give up, continued developing the project slowly, creating like a new swap pool where you could swap your Regular for another Regular just by paying gas fees. Continue developing this project, having conviction and putting 100% into your project. And look at today. Super successful, 1.7k volume traded, boom. Their mint was back in February, right? Boom. Oh sorry, not February, it was even earlier. This is just last 20 days. If you look at all times, right, it was back in December, and now the project has finally caught fire. Everyone is talking about it, and what makes me so emotional is that this is really encouraging because when I was doing my show, right, when you look at my videos, right, I do have a video where I talk about Web3 Ragami, right, about I'll show that later. But basically in my video, the first video is by JD Hoff. He's the creator of NFT calendar, and no, not NFT calendar, but non-fungible.com. And then he said that some projects, might not be successful in the beginning, but boom, it kicks off, right? And then immediately right after that, quote was actually Pops talking about the effort put into the Regulars project. So, it's just so emotional. So, if you guys are watching this video, if you know me through Regulars or if you do not know me through Regulars, if you're interested to see why the project is pumping so hard, or the effort, let's not look at the floor price, look at the effort. Just search Regulars NFT, and then you can actually see a video that I did 5 months ago with Pops, and now the project is just popping up, right? And these people are just doing this video recently, right? But me, I was there in the start. I was there when someone swatted the name on OpenSea. It's just so emotional for me. So anyways, that's it. Before we begin, I want to talk about a NFT giveaway that I'm doing. I would be raffling the winner tomorrow, so make sure you participate in this giveaway. What you have to do is just watch the video. There is a secret word. The secret word is not the secret word. It is a fruit, okay? You actually comment a fruit on the YouTube video, and then you'll have a chance to be, raffled as the winner of this NFT. Okay, so I'll be raffling this exactly the same time tomorrow at this time, 1 p.m. UTC. So if you're missing this, if this is the first time, feel free to like and subscribe for to be honest, I don't want to do giveaway as a habit, but I do want to reward people who support the channel, who watch the content, who watch the interview, understand the story with Masku and so on. So that's it. Participate in this giveaway. The odds are ever in your favor. Not a lot of people are participating, so I think that if you want a free NFT, this is a great chance to win one compared to those Bored Ape, those huge giveaways that are just engagement farm, right? So all right, let's go to the crypto market. Our crypto market is at $1.79 trillion, which is a 1.73 increase over the last day. And I've been talking about the FOMC meeting, the Fed's meeting, whether they're gonna increase the interest rate and stuff like that, how that is gonna affect the market. So if you look at the market, we are now at 39,000 for Bitcoin, $2,930 for Ethereum. Ethereum went almost to 3,000, back to that psychological zone, didn't go up, but it seems like the market reacted calmly to the Fed's meeting, right? To the inflation and to the interest rate increment, right? So basically, if we look at the news today, CNBC, the Bank of England hikes interest rate to 13-year highs, inflation hitting 10%. So here's the logic, right? If inflation goes up, cryptocurrency, maybe Bitcoin might go up because people would buy Bitcoin as a hedge against inflation. But at the same time, if the Fed's increase interest rate, which is something different from inflation, it means that institution has less money to borrow, because it's gonna be more expensive to borrow money, which could also mean that the cryptocurrency market might go down because people are not borrowing money to invest, right? And investment is always good to use other people's money to invest in something, which we'll talk about today. And that is about the Twitter acquisition by Elon Musk. So I'm going to talk more about that. So if you look at the news today, kind of bearish in a sense, but it didn't really, like the Fed meeting didn't really crash the markets. Everyone accounted it. That's why there was a downwards, and then now we're going back up. So I would say that trade with care. If you look at the Asian market, the Hang Seng market went down a bit. The Japanese index also went down a bit. But if you look at overall in the market, Wall Street set to drop after a strong Fed-driven relief rally. So there is a relief rally, but people are speculating that when the US market is opening, even the futures trade dropped Thursday, right? One day after strong Federal Reserve driven relief rally. So be careful, guys. Once the traditional market goes down, there's a chance that it will affect cryptocurrency market because cryptocurrency market is a more riskier asset, right? So anyways, this is about Fed's hike rates by 50 basis point, but took quicker increases off the table. They decide not to increase more, so only given a 25 basis point raise, right? So let's look at the total market cap. As we can see, some money, like some confidence had gotten back to the market because we have some money going back up, but back to the all-time high in the November 21st of the total around 2 trillion market cap. We're still on there yet, right? Even back in April, we have a 2 trillion global crypto market cap. We're still not there yet, right? So there's still some way to go. Unless this goes back to here, we might kind of resume like a very bullish momentum, right? But right now, if you look at this, still kind of trading sideways. But in terms of DeFi, money went back in the market because the crypto market went up. But if you look at chains, very interestingly, if you look at chains by 1 day change, Lambda is leading, but Polkadot is also leading right now by 30%. So I was reading an article saying that Polkadot is gonna solve some kind of hacker issue or something like that because of its algorithm or something like that, or how it was built, right? So I think that's the reason why money is falling into Polkadot. And then your Parallel, Silica, and you don't have Algorand today in the top 10. So this kind of shows it. But we do have money going back to Cardano, which is 9, right? So money, it seems to be going back to DeFi, but with Random Chain and Polkadot Chain leading, right? So that's it for the DeFi market and also the crypto market. Today in NFTs, we do have a very interesting thing happening. So Project Phantom had their public mint, right? So what they did is they allowed people to go to the website, and then you were actually put in a queue. And then after lining up for some time, if you were picked by the random number generator, you could mint for the Dutch auction, which starts at 2 Ethereum. So I think they minted out at 2 Ethereum. Whitelist would get it for 30% less. So, but the thing about this project is that once they mint it, right, someone found out that OpenSea is redirecting user to a fake OpenSea page, right? So according to Dingaling, super famous in the space, one of the Bored Ape whales. So what he was saying, hey, OpenSea, why are you directing user to this fake project Phantom collection, right? Many people are getting whacked. So basically, for some reason, when people go to OpenSea, when they go to the correct page and when they press volume traded, right? What OpenSea did is redirect them to a fake collection. So people were FOMOing and paying like 1 point something ETH for a fake collection, right? So that's why I said, no, if you are minting, be careful. Always check the contract. Always make sure that the contract is the official contract. And the way to do that is when you look at an NFT on OpenSea, click on it, go to details, and then click on the contract. Then you can verify whether if it's the official contract, then do your purchase according to that collection. And this was actually kind of weird because OpenSea was redirecting people to a fake contract. So always be careful. And today we are on May 5th. So there is a interesting thing that's happening. If you look at Wagami-san, the 10K TF shop, there is something happening, wise with Wagami on the May 5th. And at the same time for Azuki, Azuki Bean review is happening on May 5th as well. So that's why if you missed it, a lot of influencers are saying, so Bean's review today at 12 p.m. PST, right? So if a lot of influencers were saying yesterday that today is going to be a big day, and this is what they're referring to, right? The Wagami-san collection, something big has happened. Happening, and Azuki's Bean review is gonna happen today. So these are gonna be the big things that are happening. So if we look at the NFT market, besides the Mutant Ape Yacht Club and also 10KTF, which is the Wagami-san collection, market is kind of green with some, kind of red with some green, but only for individual projects. But in general, it's kind of green only with a certain exceptions, right? But if you look at a global market in a broader sense, we'll see that the market sentiment is kind of like 50-50. But now it's trading at a normal market sentiment, right? Which is 48. Usually it's about 50, right? There is now more seller than buyers. And in terms of the blue chip index by 24 hours in ETH, we are going down slowly, right? In terms of the market cap, by 24 hours, that's about 7 days, right? We do see that the market volume is actually trading volume is going down. This is a definite, but the market cap is still kind of hovering at around 94.7 million. Okay, which, yeah, this is 94.7 million. This is kind of weird. This thing is showing. So basically, they're showing is at 19.51 billion. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So it's just the range that they're displaying in, right? So the market is kind of 50-50-ish, right? We do have talk about the recession and NFTs in general. I think people are still calming down, but if you are looking at high really exciting mints, for example, like PXN, the Phantom Network definitely is gonna be a interesting play. But right now the floor price is at 2.27. I think the mint was around 2 for public mint. So I think the market is still kind of shaken after the other deed for other side, right? So it does take some time for the market to fully recover. So moving on to today's news, Bitcoin and Ethereum follow stock market upwards after Fed's interest rate increase, which I kind of talked about. So the cryptocurrency market cap gained 6% in 24 hours. So interest rate are going to have a percentage point, but the cryptocurrency and stock markets are heading up by a lot more, right? So basically, we do see a increase in the cryptocurrencies, some of them with a 2-digit increment, and basically. The biggest factor influencing the numbers for both crypto and equities is the Federal Reserve's decision today to raise interest rate by 0.5 percentage point, which is the biggest increase since 2000, right? So when the Fed raises interest rate, it increases the cost for financial institutions to borrow money, which has a domino effect all the way down to mainstream consumer credit card rates. So the overall idea is to slow down or to reverse the level of inflation, which ticked up this year by making money more expensive to come by, right? So why is the stock market having a banner day in the crypto market along with it, right? The quick answer is because many investors thought the market at the interest rate hike is gonna be larger, right? So the market were kind of pessimistic about the interest rate hike, but it was lower than expected. So that's why the market kind of rallied a little bit, right? Had a relief rally. But according to a CNBC article that we just read, the market futures trading has slumped a little bit, right? So you gotta be careful and always watch the overall market and see what is happening. So yeah, that's the crypto market about how Bitcoin and Ethereum follows the stock market going upward. And interestingly, Gucci, bullish news for cryptocurrency. Gucci is the latest luxury brand to accept crypto payment in stores. So basically, Gucci past effort in Web3 has accumulated with the brand accepting 12 cryptocurrencies at a few selected stores. Now they're gonna have a wider rollout plan for the future. So they're gonna accept 12 cryptocurrency, including Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, like Web Bitcoin, Litecoin, Shiba Inu, Dogecoin, and $5 stablecoin, right? According to Vogue Business. So right now, people can pay with crypto in stores at pilot locations like New York, LA, Miami, Atlanta, and Las Vegas, right? But now you can, they're gonna roll out to more stores. So this is kind of very bullish, right? And Gucci has been doing a lot of things, right, within the space. 10K at TK, right? So this project has something to do with Gucci as well, if I remember correctly. And they were working with Super Gucci, with a super plastic brand, which is like a designer brand in the crypto space as well. And and also the Gucci Grail collection in March, targeting owners of existing blue chip projects like BAYC and Penguin and World of Women, which is the Wagami San collection, which I remember correctly. And actually, Gucci has brought something related to Sandbox as well. So Gucci Vaults, right? So they're gonna have like exposure in the Sandbox metaverse. Super interesting to see all of this happening at the same time. How luxury brands is embracing crypto, and Off-White is also doing the same thing. You have that is under LVMH, which is LV, and then Moet and Hennessy, right? So we see luxury brands are kind of fully adopting cryptocurrency, allowing people to buy things with cryptocurrency. So moving on to our next news, Binance, Sequoia among investors backing Musk's takeover of Twitter. So I kind of mentioned that the best way to invest is to borrow other people's money to invest so you could reduce your risk, right? But none of this is financial advice. But this goes the same with Twitter's acquisition by Elon Musk. So recently they have a filing showing the other capital that is taking part with Elon Musk's acquisition of Twitter. And actually, the cryptocurrency exchange Binance committed $500 million, while venture capital firm Sequoia Capital committed $800 million to finance Elon Musk's $44 billion takeover of the social media platform Twitter. So we do see Web3 related companies, crypto related companies taking part in Twitter's acquisition. So this is kind of bullish, right? Maybe this could have some influence on what Twitter's future path would be, right? Could it be more pro cryptocurrency? Could it be more pro NFTs? We don't know, but we do see some signs that is happening right now. So right now, around 7.1 billion has been committed by 19 different parties, with the investment firms Fidelity putting aside 316 million for the takeover. And I think this is pretty interesting. And even CC from Binance said a small contribution to the cost, right? So I think CC sees that the acquisition for Twitter could be good for the cause of maybe freedom of speech and decentralization and maybe cryptocurrency, which he is from that industry, right? So just want to bring this out. Binance is actually one of the investors that is helping Elon Musk to buy Twitter. So moving on to our next and final news, which I think is kind of interesting. It's not a daily news, but this is from Lexology, which is I think a law-related website, right? So what they are saying is that in a landmark case in the UK, NFTs is recognized as legal property in landmark case, right? So a lot of people have a lot of questions about what are NFTs, what ownership does it prove, is it a digital property, what is it, does it have legal standing? So right now, according to this article, the High Court in the UK, ruled last week that NFTs are now to be considered legal property, making significant step for victims of NFT theft, right? So who will now be able to confidently apply for injunction when finding that the NFT has been misappropriated. So for example, if someone steals an NFT, you own that NFT, you could file an injunction to stop them from using that NFT to probably do something, right? So theft in the NFT world has become more common. Only last week the hacking of one of the most well-known NFT account, the Bored Yacht Club Instagram, led to a 3 million NFT theft. So this ruling would allow those that have their NFT stolen to obtain a court injunctions against those crypto wallet that has been identified as carrying stolen NFT, as well as the NFT platform on which the asset is being sold. So basically what it means is that if someone steals an NFT and then they're trying to sell it on OpenSea, you can actually file an injunction with the UK courts if you are based in the UK, asking OpenSea to delist that, don't allow them to sell. Okay, so this is interesting. So this case was brought by Lavinia Osborne, the founder of Women in Blockchain Talks, a female-led blockchain education networking events platform. Osborne claimed that 2 digital works has been stolen from her online wallet. The works were from Boss Beauty Collection, which described as women-led global initiatives. Okay, so basically she has 2 Boss Beauty NFTs that were stolen. The judge decided that the assets were property and therefore subject to legal protection, right? So this shows that the courts in the UK is, with the times, they kind of understand the technology behind it, they kind of understand digital ownership, and therefore they have this conclusion now that people in the UK can actually act on this, right? So, counsel in the case that it is the utmost significance as for the first time in the world, as far as we are aware, a court of law, especially in a developed country like the UK, has recognized that an NFT is property capable of being frozen by the way of an injunction, right? So I do think that for NFT investors, one of the most important things that you do before you buy an NFT, before you ape in, is to look at the blockchain transactions. Make sure that that NFT is not being sold by a compromised wallet, or there is no compromised wallet in that the history of that NFT transaction. Then you might be safe, because assuming that if you bought a stolen NFT, someone files an injunction and sues you to return that NFT, or forcing you to not be able to sell that NFT. This is something that you would want to consider, right? So if you are buying an NFT, another consideration moving forward is that if courts start to identify NFTs as digital property, where people can file for injunction to stop you from selling it, this is something that you want to be aware of. Don't buy stolen NFTs. Don't encourage that behavior as well. But I do think that a lot of stolen NFTs were sniped by bots, so always you gotta be careful, even if you are a bot owner, right? So I do talk about this news yesterday at the same time. So basically this article was saying that in Hangzhou in China, a Chinese NFT marketplace was held accountable by a Chinese court. So I think with more court involvement, with the legal world trying to fully understand NFT, really trying to understand how NFTs are a digital asset, it's going to give more protection to consumers, and it's going to provide a path for mass adoption. Because if you have legal protection, it means that people are more likely to spend some money to engage with the space, right? But at the same time, it means that there's gonna be more regulation, and there is more things that we have to be aware of. Okay, and yeah, so basically this is the article showing that how NFTs are recognized as legal property in a landmark case. And I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and that's it for today's episode. And in other channels, they don't tell you about fundamentals or overview pictures like this. But for me, I do think that we need to understand the crypto market in general. We need to understand the NFT market in general, because as we can see, all of this price increase has only value. Even if you have like a collection and you can control the floor price, it is only valuable when you see where the money is flowing, when you see where the liquidity is going, where the smart money is going. And I think it's important for us to see from a holistic point of view, and it's important for you to like and subscribe and tune in to have a holistic point of view every day at 1 p.m. UTC, where I share with you whether the money is coming in the market or whether the money is leaving and what is causing this to happen, right? So I do hope you enjoy a personal touch with a webcam, and I do try to engage more with you guys through the webcam. This is your host, Non-Fungible TC, signing out.